What is SQL? SQL stands for Structured Query Language. It is a database language that allows you to manage, manipulate, and retrieve data from relational databases. It is also the standard database language used by all relational database management systems such as SQL Server, MySQL, PostgreSQL, Oracle Database, IBM DB2, Sybase, and Microsoft Access. What is a query in SQL? A query creates a virtual table based on existing tables or constants built into tables. Syntax. How to write a SQL query? SQL query is a combination of keywords, identifiers, and clauses. It includes three main clauses that are select, from, and where clause. Basic structure of SQL query. Select. Field. From. Database table. Where. Field is equal to value. In simple syntax. Select column 1, column 2 from table 1, table 2 where column 2 is equal to value. Here. Select this clause used to specify one or more columns to be retrieved. To specify multiple columns, use a comma and a space between column names. Column 1, column 2, etc. are the fields of a table whose values you want to fetch. From this clause used to specify the tables that contain the data. From table 1, table 2. Where this clause used to specify the database tables from which you want your query to display data. Column 2 is equal to value. What is use of order by clause in SQL? Order by, this clause used to specify the order in which the records appear in a query. In the select clause, include the fields that you want to use in the SQL query's order by and group by clauses. What is the use of where clause in SQL? In SQL, where clause is used to further restrict the number of records that are retrieved from the database to only those that are of interest. The clause typically takes the form of one or more conditions. Only those records that meet one or more of the conditions are retrieved from the specified database table. What is use of having clause in SQL? The having clause is used in database systems to fetch the data values from the groups according to the given condition. The syntax for the having clause in SQL is: select column 1, column 2, column 1 NN. Aggregate function, aggregate column. From table name. Group by column 1, column 2. Column N. Having condition. What is the main difference between where clause and having clause? The only difference is that the where clause cannot be used with aggregate functions, whereas the having clause can use aggregate functions. What is the difference between in clause and exists clause? In clause retrieves all records which match with the given set of values. It acts as multiple or conditions. Exists clause is a Boolean operator that returns either true or false. It's used in combination to a subquery. The exists clause is faster than in clause when the subquery results are very large. The in clause is faster than exists clause when the subquery results are very small. What are the important aggregate functions in SQL? Sum. This function adds all the values in a data set and returns that value. Syntax. Sum all distinct column. Max. This returns the largest value in a set of numbers. Syntax. Max column expression. Min. This returns the smallest value in a set of numbers. Syntax. Min column expression. Count. The count function reports the number of rows in a group and includes ones with null values. Syntax. Count all distinct column expression. Average. This function calculates the average of numerical values in a collection. Syntax. Average all distinct. What are the different types of SQL commands? SQL commands are divided into 5 different categories. There are DDL, DML, DCL, DQL, and TCL. DDL Data Definition Language. It is used to define the structure of a database. It means creating new tables and objects or altering their attributes, such as their data type, table name, etc. Create. This command is used to create a new table, a view of a table, or other object in database. Syntax. Create table name. Drop. This command is used to delete or drop the entire table along with the table schema in database. Syntax. Drop table name. Truncate. This command is used to remove all rows data from a table. Syntax. Truncate table name. Alter. This command is used to changes or alters objects in the database, such as tables and views. Syntax. Alter table name. Add column name data type. Backup database. This statement is used in SQL Server to create a backup of an existing SQL database. Syntax. Backup database. DML, Data Manipulation Language. It is used to manipulate and perform operations on data in a database. Update. This command is used to update or changes existing data in a table. Syntax. Update table name. Set my column is equal to my value. Where my column is equal to my value. Delete. This command is used to delete or removes data from a table. Syntax. Delete from table name. Where my column is equal to my value. Select. This command is used to retrieve data from the database. Syntax. Select column name. From table name. Use. This command is used to select a database and perform SQL operations into that database. Syntax. Use database name. Insert. This command is used to add the new data into a table. Syntax. Insert into table name, column 1, column 2, column 3. Merge. This statement is used to select rows from one or more sources for update or insertion into a table or view. Merge combination of insert, update, and delete statements. Syntax. Merge target table using source table. On merge condition. When matched. Then update statement. When not matched. Then insert statement. When not matched by source. Then delete statement. DCL, Data Control Language. It is used to control user permissions and access to a database. Grant. This command is used to give an access or privileges on the database objects to the users. Syntax. Grant privileges on object to user. Revoke. This command is used to revoke the given access to the user. Syntax. Revoke privileges on object from user. SQL Data Query Language. It is used to fetch the data from the database. Select. This command is used to select data from a database, and the data returned is stored in a result table, called the result set. Syntax. A particular column from the table can be selected with select column name from table name. And all the columns can be selected by using as shown below. Select from table name. TCL, Transaction Control Language. It is a set of special commands that managing and controlling transactions within the database. Commit. This command is used for saving every transaction to the database. Syntax. Commit. Rollback. This command is used for undo the changes that have been made to the database temporarily. Syntax. Rollback or rollback, work, to save point. Save point. This command is used for returning a transaction to a specific point without affecting the whole transaction. Syntax. SavePoint name. Set transaction. This command is used for sets different options for your transaction. Syntax. Set transaction. Read write, read only. What are most used SQL commands? Select this command is used to extract data from a database. Update this command is used to updates data in a database. Delete this command is used to deletes data from a database. Insert into this command is used to inserts new data into a database. Create database. This command is used to creates a new database. Alter database. This command is used to modifies a database. Create table. This command is used to creates a new table. Alter table. This command is used to modifies a table. Drop table. This command is used to deletes a table. Create index. This command is used to creates an index. Drop index. This command is used to deletes an index. What are the SQL constraints? Constraints in SQL can be defined at the column level, where it is specified as part of the column definition and will be applied to that column only, or declared independently at the table level. In other words, if the inserted data meets the constraint rule, it will be inserted successfully on server. However, the insert operation will be revoked if the inserted data violates the defined constraint. SQL allows two types of constraints. It could be column level or table level. Column level, this constraint applied only to one column. Table level, this constraint applied to the whole table. What are the most commonly used constraints in SQL? Following are most commonly used constraints in SQL. Not null constraint. This constraint is used to ensure that a column cannot have null value. Create index. This constraint is used to create and retrieve data from the database very quickly. Unique constraint. This constraint is used to ensure that all values in a column are different. Check constraint. This constraint is used to ensure that all values in a column satisfy certain conditions. Primary key. This constraint is used to uniquely identify each row's record in a database table. T is a combination of not null and unique constraints. Foreign key. This constraint is used to uniquely identify a row's record in any another database table. Default constraint. This constraint is used to provide a default value for a column when none is specified. What are the most common data types of SQL? Number, a variable nth column. Allowed values are 0, positive and negative numbers. Syntax, number. Char, a variable length field up to 255 characters in length. Syntax, char. Varchar 2, a variable length field up to 2000 character in length. Syntax, varchar 2, size. Date time, a fixed length field. The time is stored as a part of the date. The default format is dd-more-yy. Syntax, data or time. Long, a variable length filed up to 2 GB in length. Syntax, long. What is the use of raw data type? In Oracle PL/SQL, raw is a data type used to store binary data or data which is in byte-oriented form is called raw data type. Raw data is that it can only be queried or inserted. Raw data cannot be manipulated. Raw data is always returned as a hexadecimal character value. What are the logical operators in SQL? The following are the most common logical operators of SQL. All. This operator is used to compare a value to all values in another value set. And it allows the existence of multiple conditions in an SQL statements where clause. Any. This operator is used to compare a value to any applicable value in the list according to the condition. Between, this operator is used to search for values that are within a set of values, given the minimum value and the maximum value. Exists, this operator is used to search for the presence of a row in a specified table that meets certain criteria. In, this operator is used to compare a value to a list of literal values that have been specified. Like, this operator is used to compare a value to similar values using wildcard operators. Not, this operator is used to reverses the meaning of the logical operator with which it is used. E.g., not. Exists, not between, not in, etc. This is a negate operator. Or, this operator is used to combine multiple conditions in an SQL statements where clause. What are the joins in SQL? There are different types of joins available in SQL. Inner join, it is used to returns rows when there is a match in both tables. Left join, it is used to returns all rows from the left table, even if there are no matches in the right table. Right join, it is used to returns all rows from the right table, even if there are no matches in the left table. Full join, it is used to returns rows when there is a match in one of the tables. Self join, it is used to join a table to itself, as if the table were two tables, temporarily renaming at least one table in the SQL statement. Cartesian join, it is used to returns the Cartesian product of the sets of records from the two or more joined tables. What is the use of hash join? It is used to join large tables or in an instance where the user wants most of the joined table rows. What is use of nature join? It is structured in such a way that columns with the same name of associated tables will appear once only. Don't use on clause in a natural join. Syntax. Table expression natural, left, right, outer, inner, join table view function expression, table expression. How can you select unique records from a table? By using the distinct keyword. Syntax. Select distinct company ID from company. How to create empty tables with the same structure as another table? To create empty tables using the into operator. Which is the faster clause to use in SQL? Exits clause. What are triggers in SQL? Triggers are database objects, actually, a special kind of stored procedure, which reacts to certain actions we make in the database. What is use of stuff function? Stuff function is used to overwrite existing character or inserts a string into another string. Syntax. Stuff, string expression, start, length, replacement characters. What is the difference between SQL and SQL Server? SQL Server is a database management system handled by Microsoft. It's mostly used in Microsoft Server environment that uses SQL. While SQL is a query language and not a database system. Which TCP/IP port does SQL Server run? By default, SQL Server runs on port 1433. What is the difference between SQL and MySQL? SQL is a query language for the database. It is used to handle and maintain data I.E.to. Perform the CRUD operations. It is used to manage the RDBMS databases. It supports a single storage engine. MySQL is a relational database management system, RDBMS, that uses SQL to query the database. It is used to work on the database through its GUI tool. It supports multiple storage engines. What is the difference between delete and truncate commands in SQL? Delete is a DML command. The delete statement removes rows one at a time and records an entry in the transaction log for each deleted row. Only the rows and columns specified in the where clause condition will be deleted. Truncate is a DDL command. The truncate command removes the complete data from an existing table but not the table itself. In truncate, where clause cannot be used.